India is facing a storm on its eastern flank. Our neighbor Bangladesh is in a state of growing crisis. What happens there does not stay there. It directly affects every single Indian. The events unfolding in Dhaka and across Bangladesh are a matter of grave concern for New Delhi. They are a matter of national security. They are a matter of economic stability. Tensions that have been simmering for years are now boiling over. Relations pushed to a dangerous low point. India must be vigilant. We must understand the forces at play. This essay will lay out the facts, piece by piece. The situation is not simple. Political history, religious extremism, social unrest. For decades, politics was a bitter rivalry. Sheikh Hasina of the Awami League, Khaleda Zia of the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, the BNP. Their supporters have clashed on the streets, in parliament, and at the ballot box. India cannot be a passive observer. The shockwaves will reach our shores. We must be prepared to face them head-on. A dark and dangerous ideology is gaining ground in Bangladesh. This is the ideology of Islamic extremism. It is a poison, seeping into the political bloodstream of our neighbor. These extremist groups are not a monolith. They come in many forms. Some use democratic means to push a radical agenda. Others operate in the shadows, using violence to instill fear. They feed on public anger over corruption, poverty, and social injustice. They twist religious scripture to justify their hatred and their quest for power. Their influence is growing, pushing the nation toward an intolerant, volatile future. The rise of these groups has a direct impact on state policy. They pressure governments to adopt hardline stances. We are seeing this happen in Bangladesh. Laws concerning blasphemy are being used to target dissenters and minorities. Education faces pressure to conform to a rigid worldview. Media is intimidated into self-censorship. This is a fundamental shift away from Bangladesh's secular foundations toward religious radicalism. Why should this matter to India? Because this ideology is inherently anti-India. They exploit grievances and spread disinformation to whip up hostility. Extremists build cross-border networks of resources, fighters, and deadly ideas. A safe haven next door is a direct threat to India's security. The most heartbreaking symptom of rising extremism is horrific violence against minority communities. Hindus, Buddhists, Christians. The evidence is overwhelming and undeniable. International and local groups have documented a sharp spike in attacks. In months, dozens of blasphemy-related attacks targeted the Hindu community. This is not random. It is a calculated effort to terrorize faith, race. Temples have been desecrated and burned to the ground. Homes and businesses shattered. False blasphemy claims become pretext for mob violence. Pluralistic institutions are attacked. A constant atmosphere of fear. Minorities live as second-class citizens, afraid to practice their faith or speak. Afraid for their children. This violence directly impacts India. Bangladeshi Hindus share cultural, religious, and familial ties with us. They look to India for safety. Pressure mounts on New Delhi to speak out and protect the vulnerable. We have seen such crises before and know the cost. India must be prepared for a potential new wave of refugees driven by persecution. The long, porous border is a lifeline for both nations. It stretches over 4,000 kilometers. Through it flows a vibrant exchange of goods, culture, and people. But lifelines turn into front lines when instability rises. Every protest, every clash, every act of political violence sends ripples to our eastern frontier. This border is a critical zone of national security. Breakdowns embolden criminals. Smugglers of narcotics, weapons, and counterfeit currency thrive. Traffickers prey on the vulnerable. This funds terrorism and organized crime, eroding the rule of law. Ideologies cross fences more easily than people. Indian businesses, diplomats, and cultural centers face heightened risk. We have seen anti-India sentiment weaponized against institutions before. The safety of our people is non-negotiable. Stability in Bangladesh is essential. Our economic relationship is a cornerstone of neighborhood first. It is a story of mutual growth and shared prosperity. Bangladesh is India's largest trading partner in South Asia. Bilateral trade has grown exponentially. Goods worth billions cross by road, rail, and waterways. These flows power industries and jobs. But unrest threatens this partnership. The dominoes can fall fast. When violence erupts, supply chains break. Trucks cannot move. Ports cannot operate. Factories shut. For Bangladesh's garment-led economy, this is disastrous. Indian exporters lose markets. Manufacturers face crippling input disruptions. Border livelihoods, farmers, traders, transporters are at stake. Risk spikes scare away investment. Capital flees. The taka could plummet, driving inflation. A vicious cycle. Unrest weakens the economy. A weak economy fuels unrest. For India, a neighbor's economic collapse is a strategic nightmare. Instability, refugees, and distraction from our development priorities. Khaleda Zia, the first female prime minister, has died. At 80, after prolonged illness, her passing uncorked pent-up political energy. The massive funeral was a powerful political statement. It showed the BNP remains a formidable force. Her son, Tariq Rahman, returned from long exile to take the reins. A pivotal moment. It could unify a fractured party or trigger more violent power struggles. For India, both scenarios carry risk. We must analyze every move. We must anticipate every outcome. Rahman's return energizes the base. Protests, rallies, and demonstrations surge. The Awami League, with Sheikh Hasina in exile, will not cede ground easily. Bangladesh risks a low-grade civil war on the streets. India's ties have been smoother with the secular-leaning Awami League. The BNP has often allied with Islamist parties and used anti-India rhetoric. Rahman's leadership could deepen that tilt. India faces a potentially less friendly, more unstable neighbor. We must re-evaluate our approach. This transition is not just Dhaka's story. Its repercussions will cross the border. Geography is destiny. Bangladesh is not just another neighbor. It is almost completely enveloped by India, except a small border with Myanmar and its Bay of Bengal coastline. It sits between mainland India and our 8 northeastern states. The Siliguri corridor, the chicken's neck, is strategically vulnerable. A friendly Bangladesh enables faster transit for goods and people. Access to Chittagong and Mongla, plus road and rail networks, cuts time and costs, and boosts the northeast. If chaos or hostility rises, those arteries can close. Reliance on a single choke point is an economic and military handicap. Maritime space matters for trade, energy, and naval projection. India and Bangladesh share Indo-Pacific interests. Cooperation counters piracy, illegal fishing, and smuggling. Instability invites hostile influence and transnational threats along the coast. Regional stability in the Bay of Bengal depends heavily on a stable Bangladesh. India stands at a strategic crossroads. The path we choose will define our security for decades. We cannot be passive or reactive. We must be proactive and decisive. A multi-pronged strategy. First, robust back-channel diplomacy with all major players. Interim government, BNP, and others. Our message: India supports a stable, peaceful, democratic Bangladesh. We will oppose any group using violence and extremism. Second, significantly enhance border security with surveillance, sensors, and more BSF on the ground. Deepen intelligence sharing to stop terrorists, weapons, and radical ideologues. Secure our home from threats while keeping people-to-people ties intact. Third, use economic leverage wisely. Support infrastructure, energy, and connectivity that anchor stability. Make clear, violence against minorities or Indian interests has consequences. Finally, prepare for worst cases. Secure borders, plan for refugees, pre-position aid, coordinate with international agencies. Preparation gives India options and prevents us from being caught off guard. The facts are clear. The danger is present. A storm gathers on our eastern border. India must awaken to the threat. Extremism, brutal attacks on minorities, and a volatile political transition are not distant problems. They threaten our security, economy, and social fabric. Bangladesh's stability is inextricably linked to ours. The time for quiet observation is over. The nation demands action. Leaders in New Delhi, act with speed and resolve. Protect Indian interests and people. Engage all sides, but make it unequivocal. No safe haven for terrorists on our border. Use diplomatic and economic tools. Defend minority rights. Bolster border security and prepare for contingencies. Citizens, be informed, resist propaganda, and support sensible policy. Our fight is against extremism, not the people of Bangladesh. The choices we make now will decide the future. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think? Share your views and join the debate.